Hey, I'm back. It has been a long time. I have been busy bottling new batches of pretty much everything and getting stuff out into stores. Talk more about that in a bit, but I realize I think, literally been months since I've done one of these sit-down videos. But I got thinking the other day. I saw a post in the Columbus bourbon group about Buffalo Trace with all the flooding that was going on down there. They found like a pond had formed, and it was full of fish. And I was just kind of curious because they've been known to take advantage of environmental situations before. Years ago they had a cask release of one of their warehouses' roofs got torn off during a tornado, and the barrels obviously kept aging under the sun, so that was a special release they did. But I just was thinking, like, they better not steal my carp cask idea that I had for a spirit. So I've talked before, the whole root and origin of 451 was my time at Wyland's. One day I was just stocking shelves and I was just joking about starting up a distillery, but I wanted to just do absolutely off the wall stuff. It's like I wanted to do like cognac, but age it on like the charred remains of like a Stradivarius or other like antique, like valuable instrument. I wanted to like get those somehow with the money I don't have. Char them and like age spirit on those, just as like a art project. Like, I've always told people, like, if this thing fails, I'm just going to tell people the whole thing was a performance art piece. And in a lot of ways, that's really what it has become more and more over the years. But the carp cask, I had an idea for one I also wanted to do called Riverwood, I think, or no, Catfish. I wanted to call it Catfish and age it on like some charred and toasted riverwood with the algae and everything. I haven't got around to doing that, though I did one time. I have a lot of experiments laying around here from over the years. I was working on a sushi gin for a minute, and so I did infuse some gin with the nori seaweed paper. I didn't get so far as actually adding fish to it, but I did add some ginger and a little bit of wasabi, and it was horrible, as to be expected, so I didn't bother wasting any fish. But, yeah, just wanted to share thinking about the Buffalo Trace situation, and wonder if they're going to put out a carp cask whiskey. There was, actually, while I was thinking about this, I just remembered earlier, there's a German distillery I read about years ago called Blue Mouse, and they do, from what I've heard, like good whiskeys that are a little different than anything else you'd see from like Scotland or Japan or the U.S. obviously. But the guy got a hold of a herring barrel that was used to store up salted herring, aged the whiskey in that, and then brought it to a tasting and didn't tell anybody, and it went over about as horrible as you could imagine. Called it fishki, of course. Yeah. I'd like to get weird. I want to do like a very grandiose, super limited release of some of these goofy things that I thought of years ago, and I've always wanted to do it like in an art gallery and have like really large, like 6-foot paintings of the labels and tie it all together in some sort of auction thing. But I want like a good space to do that. If anyone knows anyone at like the Wexner, that would be ideal. And set up like a still in some way and have a whole installation coinciding with it. That's a big dream. A boy can dream, right? Other ideas I've had, I wanted to take the paddleboard out, and whiskey barrels used to be shipped via river. I wanted to just drag a single barrel behind me on a paddleboard the length of the Scioto all the way down to the Ohio. It would be cool to go all the way to the Gulf, but I'm a little crazy. I'm not completely nuts, though. Might be surprised. That's a feasible thing. If you guys think that should happen, let me know if you want to help me fund it so I can take, like a week off work to get the supplies and go on a little camping trip. That'd be cool. But yeah, that's all I really had. Just wanted to give a real video since it's been so long, and also wanted to mention that finally new products are finally in stores. Working with the state there's deadlines, and I don't operate quarterly. I'm not a corporate person. I barely know how to business at all. But finally got Bloodbound. Our Bloody Mary vodka is in stores. Don't put regular vodka in a Bloody Mary. It's boring. It's not adding flavor. You want that. Lots of horseradish, chili pepper, celery, black pepper. The chilies are actually from my garden. I grew them myself. And it makes a way better bloody than boring old vodka. So if you're out to brunch and they don't have it, ask, nay, demand that they pick it up and start serving that in your bloodies. Because it's fantastic. Also, speaking of brunch, Death Before Decaf, our collab with Ramble Roasters out of Global Gallery. That's finally in stores. This might be, it's one of the best things I've ever made. A lot of the coffee liqueurs out there aren't very good. A lot of them use really crappy coffee. And they also put way too much sugar in there. I've talked endlessly about this when I introduced this. But the stuff drinks like cold brew. Use it anywhere you would use any other coffee liqueur. Or better yet, money's tight for everyone right now. If you can't afford to go out, maybe go get yourself a coffee somewhere. A little cold brew. Maybe get a milkshake. A little bit of that in there. I'm not going to tell. And then the other one, Sling and Stone, our whiskey bourbon blended with our other whiskeys. That first batch, almost gone. What's left is out in the stores. This batch is rice whiskey that was aged in red wine barrels, a little bit of bone shaker, and then bourbon. That's always going to change. It's always going to be bourbon forward. I've got an idea of where I'm going to go with the next batch. Haven't dove into it yet. Yeah, those are out in stores. Check them out, pick them up. You can also get them here. I've got everything in stock right now. Wednesday to Friday 4 to 7, Saturday Sunday 2 to 6. That's it. Till next time. Ciao.